My eyes are actually failing me so much right now. Wait. What is that? Oh, fuck you, Kyber. Why is it doing this to me? No, not
This
you.
is D minor, right?
Yeah.
Hello.
That part. Is that Billie Eilish?
It is. I remember the first time I heard it was in the Barbie movie, and then after that, just on TikTok.
Oh, what was I made for, right? Oh.
We include this.
Is this gonna make it into the podcast? Is
Was it recording?
Yeah. I mean, we can keep
Alright.
that if you want.
It's okay. I don't want to rape whoever's ears. Just
No, I think people like to get.
really.
Not in the
Complete the thought, Ryan.
in the auditory sense
Mm.
of your voice.
I'm assuming your podcast is clean, so we can't include any of the profane language.
No,
that was
you
just
can.
used. Oh, okay.
I just have to change the explicit on the thing. It just has to show.
My episode have a little E on it.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Are you gonna wait?
There
Do you,
goes the money.
do you want to sit on the
Yeah, I'll sit on
chair,
the non-Greek.
or do you want to sit on the?
Yeah.
piano?
There you go.
You should.
How close do I have to be?
Put it like as close as possible. Or
Okay.
like this, like a couple inches from your thing, and face it towards you.
Okay.
You can move the mic stand if you want.
I think I'm here. I'm nice and short, so. Do you have a new cover every time for these guys?
No,
Oh, okay.
it has the spit of everyone,
Sick.
including Kyber. I don't know if this
I feel
one.
like
is-
that's implied.
Yeah, yeah, it is implied.
Special.
I think yours was a.
Some water.
Ooh, yeah. Can I waterfall?
Yeah, it's a little old, but
It's fine.
Are we keeping that?
Yeah, let's keep it. Why
Okay.
not?
All right, Jason.
Hmm?
What you trying to talk about?
That water was really old.
How old?
Courtesy of Kyber. I don't know. How old was it, Kyber?
I don't even know.
Can the mic hear Kyber or no?
Yeah, but his voice is like a little smaller.
It'll be like on the podcast where it's like the ones with like the Sigma males where they bring on like 6 like uneducated like.
Yeah.
random,
Oh, okay.
like,
Yeah.
Just like one
Yeah.
of the henchmen who kind of just like adds
Oh.
on like random
Mhm.
like ad libs.
Gotcha.
But I think I can adjust your voice so it becomes loud.
Mhm.
I don't think that's necessary.
Okay.
Ryan, how was your day?
My day was it was all right.
What happened?
I got up this morning. I went to office hours with with Dr. Lily
Yeah.
and asked him a lot of questions.
Mm-hmm.
Then I went to school.
You're such a wholesome guy. Are there any dark thoughts in there or no? I feel like every time I talk to you, all there is just like,
like I'm not explicit enough.
No. I'm not talking about like literally filth coming out of your mouth. I'm just like,
Uh-huh.
what's going on up there?
Ooh, yeah.
Anything dark?
Whoa.
Anything sad?
Yeah, I was telling Kyber about porn the other day. If you're trying to talk about that,
Yeah, let's go with that. Yeah, let's go with that. This is what I strive for
dude,
in
I
all my
remember
friendships.
I
Just
remember
that.
last
Yeah.
year in Dinoff, like he was talking, and then he brings up this reference to porn, and you just started laughing. You were like, You just like. What?
Oh yeah,
Do you remember that?
I do remember that. I remember most of Dino's jokes. What were you telling Kyber?
Well, I've been wondering like how if I should watch porn or not, if I should masturbate or not.
Do you not?
I do, but I've taken breaks and
Like a. What do you mean by? Should you watch? Have you never watched it ever?
no, I've watched it.
Oh,
I've
okay.
been watching it.
Oh, okay.
like-
You've been on that.
Yeah, I have.
Okay, but you're on a hiatus right now.
Well, what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to stop
Uh-huh.
because it's kind of, it feels like a waste of time,
Uh-huh.
and it sort of distorts my thoughts.
Yeah,
And
I get that.
but then like I don't think I've ever really masturbated without porn, so I can't
Gotcha.
really masturbate without porn.
See, I'm a big imagination user.
Mm,
Because I know it's not really good for you to
Yeah.
watch it. It's not really that good. So
so
try imagination.
Is it possible?
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely possible, my friend.
Dude.
Yeah, just make
Yeah.
your own, dude. It's actually the best form because you can do whatever you want in there.
Is that what you do?
I mean, not 100% of the time, but yeah. So it wasn't so you weren't talking. It wasn't a question of whether to do it or not. It was just like a, should I continue? That kind of question.
Yeah, should I continue? And I believe that porn is kind of, it's not as horrible as I used to think it was, but it also isn't positive. I think it's slightly net negative. But the alternative is that you go cold turkey, and then you get lustful thoughts and like you don't know how to release it. Or
I
you
see.
Don't know. It's like hard. Like when I went on like last year, I didn't watch porn for like the whole year, and there'd be these times where like I was wondering, do I watch or not? Like this feeling, the urge to is pretty big.
Yeah.
And it's like, what do I do? Like, do I masturbate or not? And now I'm like reevaluating. I'm trying to find a good spot for
Yeah.
that.
To jack or not to jack? That is the question.
To jack or not to jack?
Yeah.
Do you think people naturally just go into masturbating like this is good, this is normal?
I think it's a general understanding, especially among dudes, that everyone does it.
But how do
You are
know
lying
that?
if you say you don't.
How?
So.
Like, when did you first know that?
Wait, like first know that it was normal?
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't ever say I was ashamed of it just because, like, a lot of the friends I had in middle school, they were, let's just say, a little ahead of the curve.
Okay.
So I was surrounded by people who were already normalizing it.
Mm.
So I feel like there was no shame factor there.
Mm.
If anything, in my opinion, I mean, like I said, I think you're lying if you say you've never done it.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, as guys, we can all understand the urge is very strong, as you said.
Yeah. Dude, I remember like the first time. Have you guys ever seen Borat?
Yeah, Borat. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember like.
Great success.
What was it, Borat?
That's a good accent.
Wait, what?
Okay, wait, let me. There's like this scene where he like learns about jerking off. Like someone gives him a tissue or something, and I don't know if that was before or after like the first time.
Uh-huh.
Honestly, I think it might have been before.
Yeah.
But I didn't know what the scene was. 'Cause I didn't know what masturbation was.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know anything about that. I just thought it was weird. And then one day, I was doing push-ups, and like,
Shit.
and it was like I was like kind of humping, and dude, and like, and then it just came out.
What, the fucking air? Or the...
I was going at it. I was like, dude, let me just push harder here, and then it just yeah, maybe.
Are all your podcasts like this, or is it just? Are all your
Okay.
podcasts like this, or is it just-
You ruined it.
I didn't start shit. You
You started. You asked me.
Did
what
I?
dark thoughts
Okay,
are.
sorry.
You started.
Sorry. Can I just ask a few clarifying questions? Because I have an image in my head that I don't think is correct. So
Yeah,
what
go ahead.
what exactly were you humping? Like the fabric
My
of the
shorts.
clothes?
My-
Oh,
yeah, my
okay,
shorts.
okay,
And then
okay. Because at first my assumption was the floor.
no.
Okay. Because that is a crazy first.
The floor hurts. Like I don't think
Yeah.
I would be doing that.
Wait, that's kind of tough. Your first experience was while you were doing push-ups, and you
Yeah.
and you
Yeah.
and your only way for you to finish was for you to do push-ups harder.
Dude, I wasn't even trying. It just like came out
How old were you?
in 8th grade.
That sounds right.
14.
That sounds right.
When's the first time you jacked off?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't remember a clear instance. Sorry, I don't remember clearly the first time, but I do remember it was 7th.
Okay.
Yeah. So when I was, and I'm also a little older, so I think I was 14 as well.
Mm.
But I was 14 in 7th grade in December. So
So you remember it was December?
no. I'm just saying I remember being in 7th grade. That's what I remember.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Was it like something you expected would happen?
I mean, no
Or-
one really ever expects it,
Mm.
but
Yeah.
I feel like it was normalized at that point. So I didn't. It's not like people were asking me left and right, but I knew it wasn't something that I had to. Well, obviously, I'm going to keep to myself and be private about that matter, but it wasn't something that was to be felt ashamed about.
I think that's interesting because, like, I don't think I knew that it was normal, and so, like, I would just feel really guilty about it.
Uh huh.
Like, because after that, I remember thinking like, oh, they had these kissing videos
Yeah.
like on YouTube,
Mhm.
and I would watch them, and
So that's like
then they gradually turned to porn. Like
okay.
and that was like real. I feel real guilty about that because that was just like the content on there. I didn't
Sorry, was this just YouTube or
porn or
like what you just described?
kissing.
Yeah.
The kissing was on YouTube. They'd
How
be
did
like-
it turn into porn?
I
Oh, you meant that you were the one who? Okay.
yeah.
Like it went up from there. Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
I basically pulled up porn one day. I was like, "What is this?" Because I heard people in school watch like
Mhm.
porn, and I was curious. And I don't think I jerked off the first couple times I opened porn. I was just curious,
Yeah.
and like at first I was horrified.
Horrified.
Yeah, that's what. Were you not the first time you pulled it up? Wasn't it like?
I was taken aback. I wasn't horrified though.
Oh, okay. Yeah, horrified might be too strong of a word.
Mhm.
But it seemed very like primal, like carnal.
I mean, yeah,
to
that
me.
is our most base instinct.
Yeah, I would watch it like without jerking off. Like I didn't think of jerking
That
off.
must have hurt. That must have hurt.
For what reason?
Huh?
For what reason?
Continue. I'm just gonna-
Okay. Oh, damn. Okay. I watched it a couple times, and then I don't remember the first time I like connected the two, but then after that, I was like super hard to quit because I wanted to quit.
Yeah, real hard to quit.
Yeah. And then
Real hard.
And then I went on like a hiatus a couple times, but I've been until like recently I haven't like really realized that there's like actually.
Mhm. Has religion played any part in this? In
Yeah,
the
for
feelings you have
sure.
towards it?
Yeah, definitely. I think that's the whole thing. Like,
I see.
because when, like, they in the Bible, it's like Adam and Eve, like, they realized they were naked, and then God like punished them.
Yeah.
And it's like looking at someone with lust is bad, and it's like, so like porn is like, the obvious conclusion is that porn is bad, and I knew that, and so like I felt super guilty, and I think I wouldn't have felt guilty if I wasn't religious.
Yeah. I mean, it was normalized by the people around you then, too, right? I mean, you knew it was... I mean, yeah. Were you friends with, like, back then?
No.
Okay, well,
Oh,
maybe not then.
Well, I heard about him, like, dude, maybe we might have to,
Yeah, you heard whispers.
might have to cut some names.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
after
You can
this.
beep out the name I
could
just
beep out the
dropped.
names,
Yeah.
I remember
First
in
and
sophomore
last
year,
name.
Sophomore year, he I heard that he went to his party, was it? And then he like jerked off there, or like
Well,
you watched
I mean,
porn
you
there.
can probably... Okay, also beep that name out, but you can probably bet on him having jerked off in every location that he's been at for more than maybe 2 continuous hours. Some dudes are fiends, Ryan. Some dudes are fiends.
That's incredibly long.
No, not for like no. He's not jerking off for 2. No. He's not
What are you
jerking
talking-
off for 2 hours. I'm just saying, within
Oh,
a span of
okay.
2 hours, if he's in one location and he can find privacy, he's probably gonna do it.
Oh,
That's what
okay,
I'm saying.
okay,
Yeah, 2 hours is... That's superstar work, dude.
That's professional.
That's D1 time wasting and insane discipline.
And it would hurt too.
Yeah, that's what I meant by it hurt.
Yeah.
Do
Oh, okay.
you have any preferred sites?
I just got to that. I think Pornhub is the main one.
You know, here, beep all these names out, but recently just put me on like last week.
Okay.
And then after he put me on, then I got a tutorial from beep those out too. And
Okay.
you know, this might be me just passing the word on. It's very convenient, I will say.
Mm.
Oh, here, let me...
A
give me a
tutorial
second.
from like YouTube.
No. I'm just saying
Oh.
like using to watch, because it's... I think myself, I do not do it as often as the average male, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I do. Okay, what do you think the average is? Just out of curiosity.
Once every 2 or 3 days.
Okay, I say I'm somewhere in that range as well.
Mm.
Probably like, if I were to put a number on it, probably maybe 3-4 times a week. I'm trying to clear my history right now, so you don't see it. But if you go on, look, right,
Yeah.
and you turn the setting off, like the safety setting off.
Mm-hmm.
Name an ethnicity,
Uh.
or you can just go blanket if you would. Okay, there you go. That one's always popping, by the way. You can see how many people are active. Okay, school is blocking it. Hold on, let me turn the Wi-Fi off. Come on, let's go. Do your thing. All right, see, if you turn that setting off, you get all these warnings with the thing blurred, right?
Mm.
And then within that, you can just... Let's turn the volume down. And then you can... Oh, wow, okay. So you saw that for a second, right?
Yeah.
You can go into any of these, and there are, as Mr. You can beat this out, yeah. As told me, there are a vast amount of that you can go to, and they're very, very, very specific. They can get very, very specific, which means they can get very, very, very freaky. I myself do not go into that realm, but if you want to just search generally, you can...
I feel like you're corrupting him.
You can go through. Well, I mean, okay, he's already on the hub anyway. I'm just
Dude.
saying this is a much like. I looked into this. This is a
Yeah.
lot safer for your data,
Mm.
because like all the other sites like Xvideos and Pornhub, like they don't. I don't want to say I don't trust it, because they've been my OGs since before this. But I'm just saying, I feel like this is a lot safer because you are very much in control of your own account and your own history. And look,
And the
you just
videos
clear
are
the
like,
history right away.
they're all like realistic, like real people.
Yeah, it's real.
Mm.
It's not. It's not.
It's
AI.
not like
It's not.
AI.
I mean, if you can probably find AI if that's what you're into, but it's real
Okay.
people.
Yeah. On a
Yeah. So take that as you wish. But that's what I learned this week.
This week.
Or this last week.
Yeah. Have you been indulging?
What do you think? Based off of what I just said, what do you think?
Well, maybe like some of the milder ones.
Oh, well, okay. Wait, sorry. I think we're having a misunderstanding. What do you mean by indulging?
Masturbating.
Yeah, okay.
too.
So well, that's a dumb question.
Why?
The answer is yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
But what do you mean? But what did you mean by milder ones?
You said there's one there that are a little like freaky,
Yeah, I can get pretty freaky.
but you don't go on there.
I try to steer clear of that because the bigger pitfall I see with this kind of content is that it's not realistic.
Yeah.
And that's the mindset that I want to avoid because you don't want to set unrealistic expectations for like anything, right? Because this should be like something that's between you and your loved one.
Yeah. So do you think that porn is helpful in any way? Like, do you think it's good? It's a good thing to watch porn and like
No.
So,
Well, okay, sorry. I think it serves. It didn't. It obviously didn't exist before like our generation, right?
yeah.
Or maybe it did, but in like softer. Right now, it's literally so accessible to do it.
Yeah,
I
it's
can.
really
You saw me
accessible.
pull it up in literally 20 seconds if I
Uh-huh.
wanted to. So I feel like in this day and age, it is bad because it's so easy to get addicted or like so easy to get into a routine of watching it. But I feel like in a conservative sense, it is useful as just a release. Like doing, I mean, research does say doing that, not watching it, but actually jerking off, it helps. Like it helps relieve stress.
Yeah.
And like during puberty, like where else is all those hormones gonna go?
Mm.
Like it's a natural tendency, and you should do it to release stress.
Mm.
The watching part, I mean, that is just in my opinion, just plain old bad. I'm guilty of it, and I'm saying that, but moderation.
Mm-hmm.
I think you seem like a very disciplined guy. I don't see you as a fiend. So just
Fiend.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Porn is really, really hard to get off of.
Good word choice.
Yeah. I'll go try masturbating with imagination.
Okay.
Masturbate the mind, ejaculate
Yes.
ideas.
Oh.
I'm glad I inspired you to try something new. Just try it. Give it a try.
Okay.
However, I will say that method only works if you are in the mood for it. You can't force yourself to do anything, I mean, you shouldn't force yourself to do anything, but like
Yeah.
you can't force that.
Versus porn, you can.
Yeah, like porn, it's very easy to induce the feeling, even when you're not like, I mean, you don't need it.
Mm-hmm.
The only time I find myself doing it is when I literally have nothing to do. Like nothing to do.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, I have free time, but it's just like, I mean, before when I was working on college apps, my numbers went down because there was always something to do. So there the guilt was like a little bit because it's like I'm kind of wasting time. But in other senses, like,
So if you have like the choice to play piano or go read, like, is that like?
so
Do you think? Why are you laughing?
I'm just saying those are some pretty Asian options. Either
Alright.
the only things in
Or
life
like-
are play piano, read a book, or jack off. You take your pick.
Or if you want to like go hang out with your friends.
Okay,
like,
or do home. Oh, okay, obviously I'm not gonna blow my friends off for
Okay,
jacking off.
Okay,
but
not
like,
or like go on a run, right?
yeah. I mean, I know some people. I suspect some people may delay the hanging out at the cost of some privacy time, but I myself would not. I would not cancel plans to do so.
Yeah.
However, if my only other options are read a book or play piano, I mean, I love books, and I love playing piano.
You gotta get
Come
that
on, bro.
sperm released.
Yeah, I can do it after.
Yeah.
I can do it after. So it's just like there's no time limit on those things. It's just like if I have free time for all my hobbies, there's no time limit on that. I can play as much piano as I want. I can read a book. I can literally jack off between chapters if I want to. But reload time is a thing, and I think there are better uses for my time.
Mm-hmm.
Especially it's better for your brain. Do your hobbies.
Yeah, I do think there is a necessity to masturbate, where like if you don't masturbate, it seriously just feels bad.
Not bad. You just get. I mean, you know the feeling.
Yeah.
If you don't, it just gets incredibly intense.
Yeah. If you feel like really,
It literally hurts.
It literally hurts. Okay, I
Yeah.
don't know if it literally hurts.
No, it hurts, dude.
It
Hurts.
Women don't know about the sperm cramps, man.
What? I don't what. Is that a thing?
I don't know how they operate.
It's like
It's just like a joke where it's like, oh, my sperm cramps were so bad. It's like kind of like making fun of women on their periods, but it's like,
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, we have it lucky.
But I don't think women don't have like they do orgasms.
What? Women just don't do those? Yeah.
No, but like they don't have the need. I don't feel like if they have
we learned this in bio, right? Males are on a 24-hour hormone cycle.
Okay.
That's why it's not uncommon for like when you do puberty, it's literally every day. But women are on a month cycle. So women tend to get hornier when they ovulate. Because that's when their body's telling them, can you fertilize my egg, please?
And do you think that week is as angsty as like a guy when he's feeling it?
No, it can't be. Like, there's no way.
No way that they're horny.
There's no way. Okay, sorry. It's so easy for girls to hide it, by the obviously, right?
Okay.
I mean, like,
Minvi has no idea what we're talking about.
dude, I feel like, I feel like,
Here, join in.
look,
Tell-
I mean, if they can hide, like, we hide it.
Yeah, join in. Tell him
in.
to come in. All right, podcast. Say hi to Minvi. He's just gonna listen into our conversation. I don't think he has any idea as to what we're talking about, but he can just.
Is this film or just recorded?
It's recorded
It's
right
recorded,
now.
yeah.
Yeah. Just be quiet and listen. All right. So anyway, back to what we were saying.
What were you saying, Kyrie?
Dude, I don't want to restart this conversation.
You were the one talking.
I don't want to be the one to continue.
Yeah, I'm just. We were saying that women do not feel the same urge with as much frequency or as much intensity.
I don't know about the intensity thing.
Yeah, that is true. Because it comes in a monthly cycle.
Yeah.
Because it's not like they're jacking off every single day. That's what we're talking about. This is actually the Jerkmate podcast. I didn't say shit. All I said was, "Hey Ryan, do you have any dark thoughts up in there?" And Ryan was just like, "You want to talk about porn?"
Wait, well,
No, watch this episode. Watch this.
Dude, I don't know
Watch
if
this episode.
this can be published.
Yeah, okay. Come on, this has to be
Dude,
published.
if like Mr. D'Onofrio pulls this up.
Or something?
No, well, this is just Ryan's podcast.
Told me he listened to part of our podcast.
Oh
Really?
fuck no.
Yeah.
Okay, no. The first like bit of our podcast is kind of normal.
Yeah.
All it is just like me gurgling water. That's it.
Then there's a bit of a devolution.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
There's a very clear cut like drop off to where we started talking about this. So feel free to watch from the beginning.
I don't know if then like
It's alright if you're loud with the bag.
Yeah, it's fine. Just go for it.
because I kind of wish like there isn't that urge. Like there's a romantic like.
Minvi's face.
There's like like having like romantic imagination and like feeling connection with like woman, but like the sexual urge, like the way that it like makes you want to jack off, like that. That's kind of sus. Like I don't know.
It's kind of sus.
Dude, Yeah, it is. It is a little sus, I will say. But like, I mean, you said this
Yeah.
earlier. It is a. When you saw it for the first time, it was primal. Was your words?
Carnal.
Carnal,
Mm-hmm.
meaty. So
And you think that it's not as intense for women?
well, okay. Kyber has a good point. I don't know about the intensity, but their cycle. Their cycle's very. It's long. It's a
Yeah.
long ass cycle. So, whereas we go through it like every single day. I mean, you've had dry spells, right? Or some weeks you're just absolutely pumping it out. So,
Yeah, I don't think I have a dry spell like longer than a week.
Dude, when I
longer than a week is crazy.
when I think of dry spell, I just imagine like shooting blanks, and I'm like, it's kind of throwing me off.
Oh no, I don't mean like that. Have you ever shot a blank?
What does that
I
mean?
don't, dude, is that possible? Is that a thing?
No, yeah. I mean, apparently, I've been told by. I was told had to. Okay, yeah. I'm just gonna say the name.
Yeah, you can just.
Said like since he started jacking off like way earlier than the curve, he shot blanks for the first like good amount.
Really? Like it doesn't.
Well, yeah,
come
because
out?
you need to develop this shit first, and your vas deferens doesn't carry the sperm over unless you're
Oh.
Such thing as shooting reds.
shooting. I think you just have what is it? It's like chlamydia, where you just have red discharge. Yeah, you're cooked. You've never shot reds, have you, Ryan?
No.
Okay, good.
It's like if you have AIDS or something, right?
Okay, no, nothing other than
Or-
if you see colors, you're cooked.
Yeah. But that only happens if you got like an infection, like an STI, right?
Yeah.
But it doesn't happen that you shoot blanks. Like once you start going, right?
Ryan, you don't unless you're gang banging and we don't know about it. I don't think you need to worry about it.
For the longest time, I thought that, like, because I didn't think that women, I didn't have any idea of like what if men masturbated, and like even more like if women had sexual attraction. Like for the longest time, I just thought that like women weren't attracted to men.
What?
Like
You thought it was like one-sided?
I thought it was like one-sided. Like they become
Oh.
friends with you.
It was like commensalism.
Commensalism. What is that?
Well, it's a kind of a symbiotic relationship in which like
One
of them
benefits.
is unaffected and the other
Yeah.
one benefits.
Oh yeah, yeah. All these vocabulary words, Kyber.
Bro, I've said one.
You
I've
said
said
like,
one thing.
you said like.
You learned about commensalism
I don't know, like
in bio, dude.
Oh yeah, we didn't learn about that, but I forgot. There's like
No, Ryan, it's symbiotic.
there's a like I felt like
Wait, so you're okay? Damn, your urges were that great that you thought that women couldn't possibly want men as much as you did.
yeah
that's
that's
crazy.
what that's
That's
what I thought.
crazy.
And that was like seriously like that was like it felt just really weird. It was like and it felt bad because like obviously you want women to want
me.
men, but then like this year like as I've kind of like learned about people, I've realized that's not the case, and that's like really liberating because like you hear about people getting you hear about people getting like you hear about like cases, right? And it's like
Yeah.
the only like if a guy gets I don't know if is it called is it called molestation
Molesting is just touching.
Oh, okay. So yeah, if a guy gets and I don't know, he's probably not gonna enjoy it, but
Yo, what the fuck?
yeah, well,
Yeah.
but it's worse.
It means, dude.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
means it's not.
But
You don't have his consent.
yeah, but it's worse for women because they have like they don't have the ability to stand back or like
What?
to
Fight back.
fight back. Yeah, and
I mean,
so-
yeah, they can.
or they men have more.
What you mean? Just like
Control.
pure physiologically, like there's more in the way, or like
What do you mean by that?
Well, like men are just like biologically stronger. Than
Yeah.
is that what you meant? Oh,
yeah, that's
okay.
what
I thought you meant like access point, like
that too. Okay, but like, and so if like women are like reporting all these cases, and like I just thought they don't like men.
Huh?
Like I seriously thought like there was
Because women were reporting cases, you thought women did not like men.
yeah, that's what I thought, man.
Okay.
That's
I mean, there's
literally
some
what I thought.
logic to that.
And like never did it occur to me that women like seriously like, want guys like sexually. Like
But
maybe
what
that,
about
like,
every
funny.
other? Not okay. What about every
Every
other
other
example? Yeah,
relationship.
everybody, everything else you've seen, like in movies, your parents, other people's parents, like high school relationships, like.
Like in high school relationships, I thought it was just like this is like if a girl wanted to date a guy, like they're good friends with that. They like want to be friends with that guy, and they like that guy, and they think it's cool. Like the relationship is cool, but not like they have like a. They're not. I didn't think they were returning like a sexual desire, right? And in movies, I didn't. In movies, like I didn't think it was realistic.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And so it's like
So then you took matters into your own hands and pursued your own content.
I took matters into my own hand.
Hmm.
But I didn't want to take matters into my own hand. And like I think for a lot of like Christian boys growing up, like or just like religious people, religious kids, like if they don't like know like that masturbating is normal, or that like dating includes like a component of sexual attraction, then it's like it can be pretty isolating or like alienating
Gotcha.
from yourself, because you're like questioning your own beliefs, your own needs.
Okay, just as a side tangent, how lenient is Spotify with their
Fine with it.
with their allowance of
I don't know. I don't know
profane
the
words?
Dude, I feel like it's probably chill. You can
Okay,
like,
Yeah.
that's true. Because I'm thinking of all like the songs that are explicit, and like
Yeah.
that's not that bad. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've heard like Joe Rogan talk about porn.
Oh, that's true.
Theo
Joe
Vaughn.
Rogan,
Oh, he
the
does?
fact that
Okay.
The entirety of the Joe Rogan experience is on Spotify.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah,
Mm.
that's good. Just making sure. I don't want you to. This is some quality footage we got. I don't want it to go to waste. So.
Yeah.
Loki, I'm more thinking about like the repercussions of like just people we know doing this and being like, what the fuck? Are you talking about?
It's fine
From Ryan is the last person I ever thought would come out of his mouth. How many regular listeners do you have?
I don't know. I can only tell like how many people
Okay.
have like how many listeners
Okay.
there have been. But
I
not,
feel like we did a good job of throwing them off with the beginning. Yeah.
yeah.
Because you really went in head first with that, John. I'm not even going to lie.
Should I include as a chapter marker like?
No, what do you mean chapter marker?
Okay, yeah.
Here's water, and then at 30 seconds is porn. Yeah, let's not flag it.
So when you said like, are there any dark parts
Mm-hmm.
to you?
Really running it back.
Yeah.
At the beginning.
Like
Yeah.
what dark parts are you thinking about, or like what do you?
Well, I
got?
didn't mean your jacking off habits. I just meant like, yeah, just like, I always see you as this, well, sorry, I used to see you as this pure ball of light. And,
Paragon of virtue, man.
yeah, and,
Mm.
sometimes I don't see the inner turmoil in you. Sometimes, well, I guess I just saw it right now, so.
The inner
That was
turmoil.
Pandora's box. Man.
Yeah.
So when you say like the dark stuff, it's the conflict you're talking about, not like being a bad person kind of thing.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you've ever been a bad person?
Generally or within this context?
Generally.
Generally? I've definitely made a couple bad decisions, but what I think makes a person good or bad is whether or not they knew it was bad in the moment. Like if you know something's bad and you do it anyway, that's when there's something wrong with you.
Mm.
If you do something bad out of like arrogance, out of not knowing something, out of ignorance, then it can be, you can apologize, you can fix it, you can make it right, you can change yourself.
Yeah.
Have you been a bad boy, Ryan?
I don't think so. I don't think I have like consciously been a bad person very often. Like I think that the circumstances where that happens the most is like with my family. Like if I decide to like argue with them, like I'll make some bad choices there, or like say some pretty shitty stuff. But they return it, and so I don't feel like it's as like mal-intentioned.
Gotcha.
And yeah. But I think another thing is like the fact that I've been so shy since doing school. Like I don't think I ever had the guts to like do anything bad. Or like,
Do you wish you do? Or did?
I wish I had more guts, like, and engage in the experience of like
Being bad?
no,
Okay.
of like life, you know, like
Yeah,
doing
okay.
stuff you want to do.
I mean, it's not a bad thing that you only know the good side, or most of the good side.
Enlighten me
What do you mean enlighten you?
on the bad side, because
Well,
Kyber
I
and
don't-
Ethan were saying like there's bad people and they're not gonna change.
That's what Ethan
Yeah,
was saying.
well, that's what he was saying.
You agreed with them, right?
Yeah.
I don't think I.
It sounds like Kyber didn't speak.
Yeah, well, this was over text,
Yeah.
and I don't know. Has his ideas about good and bad people, and I try not to interfere with those.
Yeah, I think is very set in stone with those. Well, I'd like to believe I'm not a bad person, but if you're wondering about the bad side, I'd just say it more comes from a lot of selfishness at our age, because it's like, I don't know, I feel like the mentality a lot of people go into things with, like either especially bad decisions with, is that who cares? Or like, it's not going to affect me, or maybe it's not going to affect me right now. It's not going to affect other people right now. But people do shit anyway. Just because they're only looking out for themselves.
You know how people, especially in high school, are like really self-conscious of themselves, and like a big reason why social media is so hard, I think, is because you get so self-conscious about how you look or like how others perceive you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how do you reconcile that with people like just indulging in their selfishness and like doing a bad action that might like hurt someone else? Or
I mean, I feel like you can tell, right? Because
Not exactly.
understandably, in high school, we're all allowed to make mistakes, and we're all stupid compared to the fully formed like 25-year-old. But
Mhm.
you can tell who has good intention and who doesn't, right? I feel like everyone in this room has done stupid things in their life. But I feel like you've never? Shoot. Okay. I guess Kyra's just perfect. But
Try to.
I feel like we can. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Keep it a secret. Might have to bleep that entire part out.
Yeah. Can't have people knowing my
Ryan, you can tell.
knowing the dark twisted secrets of my inner.
Yeah. Can you not tell?
I don't think I can tell. Like,
Okay. Name a person.
Now it's getting good.
Yeah. Now you're gonna have to bleep out a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Name a person that you
Well,
don't
I
think
mean-
you. Name a person that you can't tell.
I just
Can't
don't
tell
think,
whether or not they're like truly bad or not.
I don't think people are bad though.
Okay. Well,
Like, they do bad stuff, but at the end of the day, they're good, right?
That's what I mean. Can you tell?
That they're bad people or they do bad stuff.
I'm gonna side with on this part. There are bad people.
Ooh.
There are definitely bad people.
So why would people want to be friends with them?
Well, they're usually good actors. So, do you think you can tell?
I can tell people who like are maybe don't know stuff or choose to engage in actions that are perhaps against the interests of themselves and others. But I don't think I can tell anyone who is like a Kathy.
Oh shoot, East of Eden throwback.
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah. Like, no one's like
Name
Kathy.
someone who you've ever been unsure of. Okay.
A little bit. Like I was kind of him and
Uh-huh.
but I just couldn't really tell like what his intentions were. It was kinda-
What actions caused this cloudiness?
I don't want to expose him, but
I mean, you can bleep. Well, obviously you're gonna bleep this name out, but yeah.
yeah. Well, after Hoko, I think might have been freshman year. Like I went with like we drove together, and I or back, and then said something like, "Dude, I touched like a lot of butts." Just dancing, dude.
Like,
Yeah.
like with the implication that it was like deliberate.
Was it deliberate? Was it deliberate?
Or
I think it was like partially. It sounded partially deliberate,
Okay.
but I don't think it probably wasn't like like full on.
If it was in the mosh pit, I understand.
Yeah, in the
that, 'cause
mosh
that's-
pit.
You
Yeah.
can't control that sometimes.
Yeah, but it's also like even if it was
like if he's just like, or
Yeah.
like, his
Okay.
hand
Sorry.
like-
Was he counting? Like, was he going
no,
for
no,
it?
no,
or-
no, I don't think so. And like
Okay. I'm just not realizing, given like if they were to listen to this, have their name bleeped out, but with all this context, they can figure it out.
we might have to cut some.
they could probably figure it out.
If people
Yeah.
figure it out, like it could ruin their career. Like
This
so.
is not gonna ruin. Okay, I
No.
hope you don't put my last name in this.
Oh, dude, I think you have last names on.
I do have last names on it.
Oh hell no. Okay, for
I have
other
a
episodes,
picture, too.
for other episodes is normal. Just for this one,
Okay.
I would
For
like
this
just until I get maybe forever actually, because I would like to get into college. So
No profile pic either.
yeah, I mean nothing we said was inherently incorrect.
Yeah, I
maybe
don't-
what you said was actually a little outrageous, but
These are just contentious topics.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean I don't need it to be out there that like I put Ryan on. Like I don't.
Yeah. Yeah, we can.
Yeah. And also, I did name some people that were already in college, so I don't want to ruin their career as well.
Uh-huh. But but he would make mentions to
Mhm.
like girls. Like, we were in class and it's like, dude, can I switch seats with you? Like to sit next to this girl. And I was like, sure. And then I switched seats with him and we went on with class. But I was like, that's kind of weird. And I think at that point in time, it's like I had a stigma against like being lustful or like liking
see.
people. So that's probably why.
Okay.
But to some degree,
Okay.
it felt like, do you have other things to do with your life? Like, do you have other values in your life or like interests to pursue? And
I mean,
so yeah, that's
I mean,
like
we're pretty close with him now. I'd say he's what you care about is at the core, right? He's a good guy.
mm,
He's good intentions. I know. Yes, he says a lot of devious shit. He
But
has
at
not
his
done anything.
mm-hmm.
And I feel like
Yeah.
given what you said in the context, I feel like I don't think he's someone you should have doubt about.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Is he really the biggest source of doubt, or has been the biggest?
Because I
source of
don't
doubt?
like know people. I don't go to parties. I don't talk to people
or just generally, like
like in
you
pub.
talk to a lot of people.
I don't talk to a lot of people. I get like
you know of a lot of people.
I
is what
know
mean.
of a lot.
Yeah.
I don't. There's not really anyone.
Anybody else that we're about to air out on the podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not really anyone. There's not really anyone there. Do you have people in our school?
I have a
That-
lot of people that I question.
Do you know them well?
Yeah.
And you still question.
Yes.
Hmm.
That I do. That I will not describe.
Okay.
'Cause-
Okay. It's not under the influence of alcohol, right?
no.
Okay.
Well,
Hmm.
there are a lot of factors. I'll just say. Have you drank?
Alcohol?
Yeah.
I've had it like a little bit, like
well,
at
not
dinners.
like a good amount. Like a
No.
good amount
In the capacity to.
to like incapacitate you. Yeah.
No.
In the capacity to incapacitate.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
More vocab words.
Uh,
Sure.
yeah.
You also haven't drank, right?
I do not drink.
I also have never drank.
Okay. What- was that was that supposed to be sarcastic?
This shit better not have my last name on it.
Okay. We could just cut this whole part out. Or we could just add like
I have never drank anything. However, if I were to drink anything, I feel like my limit would be approximately 4 or 5 shots.
Mm.
And I feel like if I were to, I would get really, really red, which I'm wondering if that's a problem that you think you might have as well.
I think I have that problem because my
Okay.
dad gets really red.
Okay, both my parents do.
Yeah.
So I'm predicting that I would
Yeah.
a lot.
What's an Asian?
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
It's very
So
I don't get hypothetically I don't get sick as well.
From
I would never feel nauseous.
Mm.
Cuz the throwing up part, that's the icky part. I don't ever feel sick. I would never feel sick. Do you have any curiosity about that?
Well, I wonder like
I can
why
see you as a
people
stoner.
like marijuana.
Yes.
Yeah. What other
Yeah.
substance were you thinking of?
I don't know. I didn't know what the reference was exactly.
Do you have any interest in either?
I don't think they're so bad, but alcohol like wrecks your sleep, and
Does it?
yeah, it's like the worst thing for your sleep. It takes out like your REM sleep,
Oh, okay.
and like I already feel tired most of the time, or a lot of the time.
I haven't looked into that, but hypothetically, I've had some of the best nights of sleep.
After
You
drinking.
would
Yeah.
have. Like,
Yeah.
Potentially.
Yeah, I would potentially have the best nights of sleep I've ever had.
Yeah, potentially.
Yeah.
There's but with marijuana, I don't exactly know the health effects.
Yeah.
As much.
Smoking is something that I have not touched, and I don't want to.
But I did talk to someone about it.
Hmm.
Oh, I didn't say the name. I did talk to about it.
I was just about to ask, was it?
What is he like talking to a lot of people about it?
No, he's just a knowledgeable guy.
Yeah, and he says it feels like when
He said it would feel like.
He said it would feel like when you like snuggling into bed, and it feels really nice. And it's like
Yeah.
but you get like you feel chill. Like if he was gonna do alcohol or if he would do alcohol or marijuana by himself, he would choose marijuana.
Well, yeah, I feel like you shouldn't. I hope you shouldn't drink alone.
Yeah, it's just sad.
Yeah, that is sad, but
Yeah.
also just like safety reasons.
Mm.
Actually, I changed my mind. Don't smoke, Ryan. You're very chill as it is.
Don't smoke.
Yeah.
Mm.
Without the dumbing down effects, I feel like you're always off weed. You-
Dumbing down effects.
You're so chill. You're just really chill. You know?
You're chill too.
Thanks, man.
Kyver's also really chill.
Yeah.
Who else is chill?
Have you been to one of or no?
Besides the Lunar New Year party.
Oh, right, you were there.
Yeah, I was there.
But you didn't do anything?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How long were you there for?
I was there for basically the whole time. I stayed till 11:30.
Actually, I only saw you for 30 seconds. We should have hung out.
You were very occupied.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well,
You look like you
Okay,
were
well,
like
I'm glad we said hi.
yeah. But the thing with alcohol and marijuana is like what's the impetus for people to do it? Because like say you're like a happy person.
Mhm.
Like say Kyber is happy.
Say Kai, bro.
Why would
Hypothetically.
Bye movie.
Bye, Minby.
Yeah.
Why would you decide to like get hammered at a party?
Well, I'll answer this from my perspective. I'd say I'm a pretty happy person. So hypothetically, if I were to drink while I was also happy, I feel like it's kind of like an environment thing, you know? I hypothetically would be the dad of the group usually in terms of just driving.
Mhm.
More previously, I'm usually the driver. I would be the driver. However, more recently,
Mhm.
I am freed of that responsibility. So I feel like it's just it's a mood enhancer. Obviously, if you drink enough to black out, that's no fun, or to get sick, that's no fun. But
Mhm.
no, it's just about the environment.
Yeah. And the first time that you did drink
Mm-hmm.
in like
Well,
a
that-
social environment.
that the first time that hypothetically you might drink.
Oh, yeah.
The first time
That-
that I
that-
hypothetically might drink,
yeah.
I would foresee that it did not go so well because I would not have known my limit. Yeah.
Because like novices.
Yeah. So now I know my limit. I think I have a pretty good understanding of what my limit is.
Mhm.
I will say hypothetically, I lack self-control while in that state. And that's something I want to be more careful about. But I definitely lack self-control.
Mhm.
But as for the reason why I come back to it, if I have the opportunity to, that I hypothetically come back to it, is that, I mean, I don't ever need it. It's more fun when you do, though.
Yeah.
It is just more fun.
Interesting. So you can't have the same level of experience
Sure. I mean,
without alcohol.
I'm extroverted anyway, as a baseline. So previous to when I hypothetically would drink, I still enjoyed myself just fine. Because it's funny to watch. It's funny to watch other people. It's funny to talk to other people. It's still a lot of fun, I would say.
Mhm.
Because I have fun talking to other people anyway. It's just more fun because they're being stupid. However, if I were to take beverage, it just boosts it up. Because I mean, I always look back and I think, wow, that was stupid of me. But I never regret it because I don't ever do stuff I try not to do stuff I don't regret.
Mhm. Yeah.
Maybe
Mhm.
some things, but like.
Do you think the health effects, if
Mhm.
if you knew like the health effects of alcohol,
I did a lot. My Asian ass did a lot of research.
so like the health effects don't really scare you, or
No, because I have a pretty good understanding of how my parents handle it.
Mhm.
So they actually bought they have meds, they have gummies that help with the flush and just Asian people digesting it.
Yeah.
So I've hypothetically used those, as well as I've read other stuff to like make it help.
Mm.
No dairy the day of. Just
Yeah.
cut dairy out the day of,
I
especially if you're
respect that.
Asian. Eat a lot, especially a lot of carbs if you can, like bread. That's really great. Just eat a lot of carbs throughout. Like eat all your meals throughout the day.
Uh-huh.
Eat a lot for dinner.
Okay.
Eating helps a lot.
So are there any permanent effects of drinking right now, like when you're a
Well,
teenager versus
If it's chronic, then yes, but that's when you cause damage to your liver.
Oh,
But
okay.
even if you go heavy-handed once in a while, I mean, it's still fine. It's your liver can take care of a lot of stuff as long as you don't like kill it day in day out.
Mhm.
You'll be good.
I was reading the Why We Sleep book, and there's this part where it explains like the effect of alcohol
Yeah.
on memory,
hmm
and primarily it's through sleep. Like alcohol is just super bad for sleep, so
Yeah.
so it impairs your memory.
hmm yes, it does impair your memory.
So like if you know that you have a test like a week
Well, then
out,
you'd be a dumbass to. Oh, a week out?
and you studied like a week before, so you have like a week of good studying. What are you concerned like?
I don't know if alcohol affects long-term memory.
No, but
Yes.
the study that it like that it mentioned was like
It affects the quality of those memories.
it like tanks your memory for like quite a while, like up to 2 weeks. So like if you
Huh.
so if you studied like
didn't know that.
for like a week
Yeah.
and you drink alcohol for just one day, and then the next day like you took your test, like I don't know like how much alcohol, but I'm assuming it's just like a normal amount.
Okay.
Like it cuts your memory by a certain amount,
I didn't.
which is concerning for me.
Maybe it is a certain amount because I don't think I've had an experience where right after, it really negatively impacted me. I'm
Hmm.
also one to, I like to cram it all as soon as possible to the test date.
Yeah.
Like I'm taking APES early tomorrow. I'm gonna study. Actually, it's A block, so I'm gonna study tomorrow morning.
Hmm.
And then after I take the test, I'll probably dump like 75% of that information out of my head.
Is that a manageable thing? Like studying, cramming, studying?
So far, it has been.
Hmm.
Probably won't be in college, but for now, it's working.
That's really interesting.
I don't like long-term studying.
Mm-hmm.
I used to do that a lot. Not a lot. I used to do that regularly, freshman and then kind of sophomore year, but my grades were worse back then. I don't really know. I just find that I retain the most amount of information if I force
Uh-huh.
myself to cram it into my head, and with the knowledge that I can dump it out later. Like my brain can hold more.
Even if it's for AP tests.
For APs, I just like to practice a lot. I think that's a different kind of studying.
Okay.
Actually, it's not even that I dump it all out of my brain. I still remember it. It's just I need a high pressure, low time situation for my brain to latch onto it.
Cause it surprised me when Sanjana told me she likes to do things last minute, or like she likes to do it closer to deadline, because
Yeah.
that's when she like gets the most like.
That is, yeah.
That's like
I
what you
only
do
feel
too.
motivated to do something if it's like right up next to the deadline.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that applies for everyone? Like, do you feel like that would?
Well, does it apply for you? I think you're a pretty diligent studier. Like more or less.
It kind of applies for me. Yeah, it's kind of hard to study like knowing that the test is going to be like in 3 days, and I could study the day before.
Okay, how about this? I'm gonna give you a hypothetical. Say you have a test Monday, first block. When are you starting to study? Starting now, like now. Like when would you start studying? My answer is Sunday night.
Yeah. It seems to me that like I concentrate most of my studying like Sunday night, but I try if I feel proud when I study on Saturday too.
I'd feel proud too, but I never do it.
Yeah. But the question is like, do you need to not feel proud if you don't study on Saturday? Because it might be ineffective.
I mean, it's just what works best for you. I mean, I feel like I've experimented plenty and seen my results for either. I feel like my results stay the same, if not worsen, if I spend more time. Because then I start overthinking, like, what's
Yeah.
going on.
Okay. Changing the topic to...
Wow, we really went from that to study habits.
Yeah.
It was a good job. It was a really good job.
Changing the topic to social interaction. Have you ever felt insecure about social interaction? Or... Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we all go through that. It's just like, at night, before you go to sleep, you're just like, ooh, did I really say that? Or like, we're just like, did I really do that one thing? And probably no one else cares or remembers that you did it.
Mm-hmm.
But it just like kind of nags you for a little bit, and it pisses you off that you did it. I feel like that happens.
That
I've never-
seems like...
yeah.
What?
If you mean more in the sense that like I felt bad about an interaction in general, I like
No.
being out there. Like I like talking to people. So I've never regretted talking to someone. Maybe I didn't say something correctly. I didn't say something that was quite right, especially if I read the room wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Like that kind of thing. Yeah. I never regret like a single conversation though.
Do you think it has anything to do with... Well, what I wonder is, like in the process of growing up, like you become socialized and you learn how to talk to other people, and then there's some people who feel like it's hard to talk to other people.
Do you feel like it's hard or no? Do you find it easy?
I find it easy if it's Well, no. In general, I find it hard, but like enjoy talking to other people. It's a matter of like whether I feel secure or not or confident. Because Ethan was saying this. He said like you if you don't feel secure about who you are, then you feel insecure about expressing yourself because you're not sure if other people are gonna accept that or if it's like appropriate or
Gotcha.
fine. And I just wonder like how do people just become like why do certain people become natural or feel natural about like engaging in social interactions and failing and doing it over again,
Well,
whereas some people feel insecure about that.
I feel like it isn't more of a feel confident in trying and failing. They feel confident that they won't fail. I don't know what constitutes a failed social interaction.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you
Yeah.
can really fail unless you really just suck, like as a person, not just your skill at it. But is Mr. Kyber leaving?
I do want to say, I think for the people who feel confident in social interactions,
Mhm.
like they don't define, they don't categorize those interactions. It's like it's not based off of a
That's
dichotomy
true.
of failure
Mhm.
and success. It's just living.
Yeah.
Like I'm probably not gonna leave the room and be like, oh, that was a successful
Yeah.
podcast session.
Uh-huh.
It was just like I got to talk to
Yeah.
got to talk to cool people and like express my ideas, you know.
Yeah. It's
And you.
a very
and-
good way to go about it.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, on that note,
I'll see you later, Kyber. Thank you for your wisdom.
See ya, Kyrie. Good luck.
thank you.
Gosh. Yeah, with parenting, I think it might be a problem with parenting, honestly, because if your parents make you feel like you're always doing something wrong
Yeah.
and you need to discipline yourself to fix it, then it might naturally carry over to how you think other people, like your friends or people at school or people in public, perceive you.
Yeah.
And for me, I'm postulating that's what happened to me. And
Did they always drive you to like see failure and success in everything?
I
Not
think
just-
so, yeah. And also religion too. Like there's like this sense of like you need to work hard or you got to do things right. You have to like make a conscious effort to be a good person.
Uh-huh.
And oftentimes like being good is not about like thinking about it. It's just about doing it, just like being natural. And so like my parents would, like I would say that their parenting style is like, do this is good, and don't do that because that's bad. And I think I just felt like insecure about my own choices. Like I had to think things through a lot. And so like as a result, when it came to like middle school and then high school, like the idea of like building real friendships and like
Yeah.
really connecting with people, I think I was just scared too, because
Damn.
I wasn't sure about myself.
Mhm. I mean, would you say you're a lot better now? I mean, you opened up a
Appreciate
lot
it.
more than I thought you would.
You opened up a lot.
I didn't
as
open up
well.
shit. I just asked you.
You were already gushing.
No, I was just asking were there any other layers, and you went straight to the one that was on your mind.
No, I've been wanting to talk about that. Like,
Yeah, I mean it's always. I feel like guys are not guilty. Guys are sometimes averse to opening up. I
mhm.
feel like I mean, say what you want about people I'm friends with, and I'm putting you in that group too. But
Yeah.
I feel like we're all very open. I really appreciate that, and I appreciate no matter what devious shit you just said, I appreciate you trusting me with with your
Yeah.
thoughts. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. I always appreciate it, no matter how like stupid it is. Like if you're being honest, I appreciate it because that's where real friendship is.
Mm-hmm. That's reciprocated. Do you ever feel like with like friends in high school that like you can't be open with them, or like?
I feel like there are some people that I know. Well, they're not my friends. Everyone I'm friends with right now, I feel very comfortable talking about shit with them.
Hmm.
Like good, bad. Obviously, we make fun, but like I feel pretty comfortable,
Hmm.
and that's what I think qualifies you as my friend or not.
For sure.
Like if we weren't friends, obviously I'm not. Well, that conversation just would not have happened, right?
Uh-huh.
Like, this just wouldn't be happening.
Yeah.
No, but I feel like we got a good. Feel very blessed to have a good bunch that I can talk to about whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, with some discretion. Like, there are certain things I don't tell certain people for certain reasons, but
Yeah.
it's all about being comfortable. As long as you have that one person. Might not even, I mean, it's usually not one, but as long as you need at least one to be able to say, like, see what's on your mind.
Is there any element of not knowing how that person should be in your life? And like, I guess I'm wondering, like, is each one of your relationships like different in the sense that
Yeah.
you don't feel like you're like using other people, like, because they're all like friends, like they're all my friends
Oh,
kind of way?
no, I mean, we have a pretty giant group of dudes. I mean, excluding everyone else in the periphery, like, we all became friends because we're all friends with each other. I mean, of course, at the beginning, I was like, oh, yeah, I'll be chill with this dude because everybody else is chill with them. But over time, I'm pretty sure I know each and every one of them pretty damn well. And obviously, there are always degrees to it. Like, yeah, this group of guys I'll tell everything to. Like, this group of guys, just like, oh, they're friends.
Yeah.
But like, you know, there's levels to it. I'm not saying yeah, it's never the case where it's just like, oh yeah, I'll be friends with this guy or girl just because like my buddy's friends with him. You don't need that.
Yeah.
You can just be friends with who you want to be friends with.
Do you ever wonder why your buddy is, or
Friends
like
with
your
someone
friend?
who
Yeah,
sucks.
friends with someone else.
Friends with someone who sucks.
Yeah, someone who sucks.
Okay, so you do have some people that you think suck.
No, okay.
So you do have.
No, I didn't mean it. I don't think I have the same interpretation as you. It sucks meaning.
Just like, oh, like I'm not hanging out with that. Like that kind of suck. That's what that.
Oh,
That's
okay,
just
not that extreme. Like kind
not
of
that
just like
extreme.
I don't like.
Just like you don't want to.
Yeah, maybe not sucks. Yeah, I
Or
don't.
just like you don't feel comfortable around them.
Yeah, I don't really feel comfortable around them. I don't really like.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I think I am that person. Like the one, like
The one guy that.
not the guy who sucks. I'm just like. I'll say I'm guilty of this. Friendship is my. Maintaining a friendship is a very high priority for me. So. It'll take once we're friends, once we establish that we're chill, and once we're friends, it's gonna be pretty damn hard to get rid of me, essentially. Like either like one of us needs to majorly fuck up
Mm-hmm.
for me to stop being friends. This is once we're already friends. So
Mm-hmm.
I feel like a lot of people there are some people who do some questionable things that I'm good friends with,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes the questionable things are being done to my other friends, and it's, just recently I was thinking about this a lot, and it's just like, at what point is it not forgivable if I know both sides really well?
Mm-hmm.
And I've come to realize that whatever they're both okay with and whatever I'm okay with, because it's not like I'm going to throw it's got to be pretty damn bad for me to throw something down the gutter for the other. And sometimes it is pretty bad, but, you know, it's whatever both people are okay with.
Do you ever feel jealousy or envy with your friends? Your friends being friends with your other friends, or your friends being friends with other people?
Oh, like friendship jealousy?
Yeah.
I mean, in the most superficial sense, like, I don't think so. Because, like, if my friends hang out with, like, say they hang out without me, it's probably a reason.
Yeah.
Still might feel bad, but, I mean, there's probably a reason. Or if it's, like, an activity that they know I don't like. Or if it's just, like, oh, they're just hanging out one-on-one because they want to. Like, sure, why not? I've never felt it I would only feel it if it was the type of thing where it's just like it's a constant thing where they're always excluding me, and then at that point we're just not friends. But I feel like with my real friends, no, I don't. I like to spend time with my friends. I feel like we give each other quality time, and that's the best thing we can do for each other.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I try not to get jealous because it's what friends do. They give each other their time.
Yeah. That's really beautiful.
Yeah. I mean, we're doing this year. I mean, when I what's it called? Here's a good example. When I heard that Vicky recorded a podcast with you, I was like, oh shoot, that's cool. I want to talk with Ryan more too. It wasn't like a fuck, why are they hanging out without me?
Yeah.
It's that kind of thing. It's like, oh, since you're doing this anyway, I want to catch up with Ryan.
Yeah, I feel that. But like, so for me, like the one example where I felt jealousy and I didn't feel good about myself feeling jealous, but I didn't exactly know why, was like when I felt like pretty good friends with Kira, like from freshman year to sophomore year. And then like Vicky became really, really good friends with Kira, I think over the course of junior year.
Yeah.
And
sophomore year, no?
Sophomore year too, probably. I wasn't like, yeah. I don't think I was really paying attention, like, with friends and all, too much. And it's not like I don't think I've been, like, a consistent friend, like do you want to hang out or talking with them a lot. And out of awkwardness, but also out of, like, not exactly knowing what to do. And so when that happened, I was, like, kind of sad. I was like, I was really good friends with Kira. Like, she was my best friend, and now she's best friends with Vicky.
Yeah.
And like, does she, like, now there's two people, like, does she value me as much? Like, did I fuck up? Like,
oh, you didn't fuck up.
Not like, not like I did something wrong, but like I didn't do enough.
Yeah.
And now I realize, like, it's actually pleasant having like a threesome, or like
what the fuck?
having like three.
What?
Having a friend, like two people that are really good friends with you, and the best friends with themselves too.
You freaky, bro.
So
I know what you mean.
But it doesn't feel like.
Yeah.
But what it makes me wonder is, like, is there, like, we all have a need to connect with other people.
Yeah.
And like, if that need can be fulfilled with another person, and better than the need can be fulfilled with you, then you feel like, I guess it feels like the pieces of the puzzle are more arbitrary, or that you're not good enough.
I mean, the way I would approach that is like, it isn't like a one for the other kind of situation, you know? It's not like this one's lesser than the other, so I'm going to go for the greater.
Yeah.
Because you guys are still good. Like,
Yeah, me and Kira's are
Yeah.
really good friends still.
I mean, I know it's inevitable. Like, we meet. I mean, we're in high school. It's probably gonna be like this in college too. You're gonna meet a lot of different people, and like, I don't know. It's not abnormal for your buddy to click with someone else as well. It doesn't mean you clicked any less better, or that just because of all this time,
Yeah.
it grew apart. It's just that they clicked with another person. It's probably a good thing, honestly. I mean, it's good that. It'd be kind of weird if you didn't click with anyone else, because then you just wouldn't have any friends.
Mm-hmm.
But I know what you mean. It might be easy to feel bad, but dude, you're Ryan, bro. You're Ryan.
What does that mean?
You're dope.
You too, man.
I don't see a world where I see a world where I fuck up. I don't see a world where you fuck up. I know that I don't mean that in any pressure way, but I genuinely don't see a world where you fuck up before I do. Is where I come from. You know what I mean?
I see a world where I fucked up a lot already, and I see
Where would you have fucked
a world
up? If you've already fucked up already, then we'd
like
probably
the
be
choices
able-
I made, like not living life, like
You've lived life, dude.
getting out there,
What do you define as getting out there?
talking to people, being open to failure, not being open to the concept that there is no failure.
I mean, we do live. I mean, we're in a small school. I mean, do you have any people you regret don't talking to? I feel like at this point you've tasted it all.
Do I have any people I don't regret talking to?
I'm just saying, like, is there anything you might? I understand that you might regret not putting yourself out there as much, but at this point, since we do go to such a small school, like, we all know each other, right? I mean, it all falls into place. It isn't like being ahead of. It isn't like being ahead of the curve or being behind the curve.
Mm-hmm.
It'll fall into place for you.
I would say, like, for you being an extrovert and also, like, talking to people, being friends with people, like, you've definitely put yourself out there. And, like...
Yeah, sometimes too much, but...
But you don't regret it. Like, every conversation
Never.
you have is meaningful.
Can the mic pick up everything?
Yeah,
Okay, like, would this make a noise?
probably.
If it doesn't... Wait, if that doesn't light up, does it mean it didn't hear me?
I'm not sure, actually.
Because when I say stuff over here...
Well, you can hear, like, when you play it back in the GarageBand, there's, like, a sound.
Oh, okay.
I think there's a sound. Like, if I shake this, there's definitely a sound.
Okay.
Like, it's like...
Is it still recording?
Uh-huh. It just turns into that screen.
Oh, okay, cool. Sorry, what were you saying about me being an extrovert?
Yeah, you've put yourself out there, and I think that's, like, a really meaningful thing to do. And I don't, like, maybe it was more natural for you to do that, but at the same time, it's not easy to open yourself up to other people.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I haven't done that throughout most of life.
Part of it's like, I mean, this is a no-brainer. You and I differ in personality. Like, we have different personalities.
Mhm.
Sometimes people tend to be more introverted or more extroverted. Doesn't mean you didn't put yourself out there as much just because you didn't talk as much. I definitely talked a lot more, but
Mhm.
I mean, I know I used to think it was set in stone, but I've seen people really come out of their shell. Like, they tend toward introverted, but with more time and more opening up, like, they can really switch it up. Even you now, I don't see you. You don't live under a rock. Like, you're not all holed up somewhere.
And the weird thing is, like, look, when you start getting into the habit of other people seeing you a certain way, it's hard to change because you've been lying, like, all that. You've been implicitly lying about your, like, personality, I suppose, all that time.
Well, I mean, you can look at it more as, like, change. We're literally all growing up.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like you can give yourself slack about giving yourself room to not be consistent. I mean, I sure as hell have not been consistent with my personality like over the years, but it's not because I've lied all this time, or it's not because I've switched it on and off. It's just, you know.
Mm. Are there ever any regrets that you do have in life so far?
Other than really superficial ones, no, not really. I mean, I really regret that one time I ate like 13 ribs instead of 12. Yeah,
Yeah.
I threw it all up, but I mean, every time where I see something gone wrong in my life, I mean, I've not lived a perfect life. There's been a lot of wrong stuff, but I mean, I don't regret anything because after every wrong thing, I learned something at least.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, like, it sucks to remember it, but you can ask yourself, would I be the person that, like, would I be who I am right now if that didn't happen to me? Because you need I mean, you don't have any personality if you've only had good in your life.
True.
You need a lot of bad to like form some semblance of, like, you know, working hard or like being tough. Because no one wants someone who's just, I mean, I personally, I don't want someone who's, I don't want to be friends with someone who's like happy-go-lucky all the time and has had no thing wrong in their life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I feel like this is what the podcast was supposed to be. Is this what it's usually like?
The first part was the fun part, okay?
Yeah. I don't know. I enjoyed that part very much. Has most other podcasts been like this?
Yeah.
Like where it is now? Okay,
Yeah.
that makes a lot more sense. So I'm not gonna lie, when you said, when you answered my question, like my first question like that, I genuinely thought that I didn't listen to the fun parts of the podcast.
You didn't, yeah. No, that was when the bubble burst.
Gotcha. Okay.
It popped.
Well, I'm glad. This is gonna be like a, what do you call those? Like a filler episode.
No, I think this is a meaningful episode.
No, it is a meaningful one. I'm just saying like that segment.
Oh,
Like that segment.
okay. Yeah.
How long are your episodes usually?
Like I've done usually like a little over 30 minutes.
This
or
has
like,
not been 30 minutes.
no, no, up to like 2 hours.
Okay.
Or 2 hours and 30 minutes.
Okay.
How long has it been?
I don't know, but it's almost 6.
It's almost.
Yeah. So,
okay.
and I said I don't know if we've quite hit the 2-hour mark, but
It's probably been like almost 2 hours.
yeah, I'm trying to find the text where I said I'm coming right now, and that was a while back. Let's say we started around like 4:20, 4:30-ish.
Mm-hmm.
It's been like an hour and a half.
Yeah. Do you have to go somewhere?
I don't have to go anywhere. All I have to do is get dinner.
Oh, okay. Are you're staying till 8?
Yeah, I'm staying till 8. How long are you staying?
I'm
whenever?
probably gonna leave like whenever we're finished with this.
I see.
I was gonna go to the gym.
You
But-
still going to the gym?
It's probably too late now
Yeah.
because Coach
Do you wanna get
Isaac
food
has
or no?
that.
Do you have to go home for dinner?
I'll probably go home for dinner
Gotcha.
because my stomach's a little sensitive. I'm trying to keep it
Keep it clean.
clean for a while.
Sorry, what can you not eat?
I can eat everything, but
Well, no.
I can eat everything. It's just some things give me like,
Yeah, so what can you not eat?
okay, what things cause gas?
Gas is the problem.
Gas is a
Okay.
problem, bloating, and yeah.
So
And
what kinds of foods?
mostly like
Excuse
anything
the noise.
anything processed is usually gonna cause
Okay,
gas.
so that's a lot of things.
Yeah, like if you give me chips, if you give me ice cream, in 1
Damn,
hour
man.
I'll probably be farting. and so I try not to eat those things.
Okay.
And carbs, especially processed carb, but if they're not processed, if I have like pasta, I remember in sophomore year I had like I used to eat pasta. I used to eat pasta like every day. It was so good. And
Do you have celiac?
no, I don't.
Okay.
I might just have like I might just be carb sensitive.
Okay. Well, celiac is gluten.
Gluten, yeah. I thought it was something like that, but so I can, like, if I eat the right carbs and a little bit less, I can. That's fine. Like, I've been eating rice since I was.
Are
a
inflammatory
baby.
things bad too? Like, can you eat spicy things?
They might be bad. They might cause like a little bit of pain in my stomach, but not always. Like, I don't know about spicy things.
What about like things like garlic that are inflammatory? Like,
Yeah, garlic. I don't know, because every time I eat garlic, it's with something else.
well, yeah, but
And
does
it's cooked.
Well, so what are you gonna eat tonight? What do you think?
Tonight I'm gonna have a little bit of rice, and it's gonna be like brown rice mixed with a little white rice, and then I'll have chicken. The chicken's gonna have a little bit of soy sauce, some onions, maybe garlic. I don't know if my mom put garlic in the chicken this time. And then I'll have some veggies, which are cooked with olive oil. So I might have some bok choy or like some other Asian leaf
Yeah.
grain. And
Okay. So
that's
like your average meal.
that's like my average meal. But
Okay.
sometimes I'll go out and like
It's very Asian, like very clean Asian.
clean Asian. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll go out though and eat something to indulge myself.
You don't have to say indulge yourself.
To enjoy.
Yeah.
And like last year I used to binge eat like a lot.
Binge eat.
I was like addicted to unhealthy foods, and I knew that it was bad because my stomach.
What would you binge?
I binge on any snacks we had at home.
Well, I
Like-
mean,
And you know, like the snacks you gave me, that
bugles.
bugles.
What? Sorry, when was this?
This was like on the day of when the Amherst decision was coming out.
Yeah.
You gave me like some nuts, some chocolate.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And
Oh, did that kill you?
I was not gonna eat it. I was like, I'm not gonna eat this. I don't really like this stuff.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it to my brother, and I gave it to my brother, and he didn't want to eat it either, so he just put it under the Christmas tree. And then one day, probably a week later,
Yeah.
I came home and I felt a little stressed and just angsty, and I wanted to like eat something, but there wasn't like any unhealthy snacks that are at home on this day.
Yeah.
And I looked at it on the Christmas tree and I was like, I could eat that, but I don't really need to. But I ended up tearing open the package. I ate some of those nuts and like some of the yogurt balls inside that package. And then I had like 2 squares of Hershey's.
Uh-huh.
And then I got gassy after.
Damn. Okay.
But that was like me. That was like, and I still kind of have this. It's much better now, but like, being addicted to food is pretty serious, and like being addicted to unhealthy things and like having a stomach problem
Uh-huh.
it's really complicated.
Yeah.
But
I think I do have a problem also with overeating. You know, we bought those snacks. We went to 7-Eleven and yeah, Kira was there too, I think, and she was advising us like, let's get him something healthy.
Yeah, you said
and that
to
was
me,
literally the healthiest thing that we could find.
that was the healthiest thing.
Well, it's 7-Eleven, dude. We were like,
gave
okay,
me
what
a
does Ryan like?
You gave me an extra king size.
I know, but
of
like it was
Hershey's.
okay, but it was like a nice. Okay, that was the indulgent part, I will say.
Yeah.
But like we were like, okay, what would Ryan like? He might like nuts, like a trail mix with like nuts and raisins or whatever.
Yeah.
So we got one. I remember getting one of those. It was either that or sunflower seeds. Would you have preferred those?
I don't know if I would like the sunflower seed, but that's probably healthier.
Of just like no, like on the out of the shell, just straight sunflower seeds that are salted, like those ones. 'Cause
I don't know if I would.
I love those,
You love those?
but they're really salty.
I don't know if I like them, but I didn't really like the nuts either.
It's a lot of seed oil.
Yeah, seed oil. Yeah, I think it was the seed oils probably that were bad.
Shit, really?
But also some nuts like cashews. I just can't do cashews I did an experiment over the summer of like I had some nuts, like a handful of nuts in the morning, which is
Yeah.
when my digestion is the best. Nothing else, just the nuts. And I like exercise the same, and I wake up at the same time, and then see how much gas I got after. And the cashews, just like every time it was cashews
Huh.
for some reason. And then I don't have it with almonds, but almonds are much harder.
Well, did you get it diagnosed?
No, I'm not allergic or
Okay.
anything.
It sounds like it sounds like literally everything's making you fart. So
Yeah,
can you do dairy?
kinda
That's the
not.
hallmark. I mean,
I think I'm not lactose intolerant, but I can't exactly digest dairy well.
well, it doesn't sound like you digest anything well if everything gives you gas.
I know, yeah. And it's just yeah, it's kind of stupid. Like I don't, cuz I want to eat healthy, and even some of the healthy things are they cause me to gas, and then when I eat the unhealthy things, they cause me to gas. So sometimes I just think, like, why not just eat the unhealthy things? And those things are they're more addicting and easier to, and more accessible or easier to eat.
I see.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a dilemma.
Have you ever? Oh, well, you said you used to binge. Have you ever like overeaten?
Overeaten.
Like in terms of volume? That's what I do a lot.
Yeah. 13 ribs.
Yeah.
That
That was when I was a little boy, or like a littler boy.
The big, like, how long are the ribs?
Oh, like this, like about what you're saying, like this, like
That's a
like
lot
part of
of
a
meat.
rack.
Yeah.
And I was really hungry. I should have stopped at 12.
Do you feel guilty about that when you do
Absolutely not.
it? Okay.
Okay. I always
Well,
regret.
that's good.
No. I always regret I always regret eating too much to the point where I don't feel good. But now I feel like I'm good about it. I still eat a ridiculous amount, and I know on some level it's unhealthy. But like, look at me.
Yeah, you're
I'm not in
like,
any
gaining-
danger of gaining any weight.
Uh-huh.
Like no matter what I eat, what the quality is,
Yeah.
the amount, or the frequency, my weight is constant. It doesn't change. Which I know I'm blessed in that, but it's like, whatever.
Do you not get gas if you had, like...
Nope. I only
How
get
much
gas
food?
if I eat an insane amount of if I eat a lot of dairy, I'll get gassy. But that's I can eat like same with beverage. Like I can handle a lot of dairy if I eat it with other stuff. Like I can eat a lot of pizza just fine because there's other stuff. There's bread and toppings and all that. I can do that just fine.
Yeah.
But it's just like if I used to drink. Well, I only stopped drinking milk like 2 years ago. But every morning I'd have a glass of milk. I would not be able to do that anymore.
Interesting. Did
Also,
some
yeah.
did some sort of lactose intolerance for you develop?
No, it's not like I was advised to avoid it because just straight dairy like that, like milk, like cream, those kinds of things. They're well, first I stayed away from it because of my skin, because it's supposed to worsen that. So I stayed away from it, and just now, I mean, with literally anyone, if you eat dairy on an empty stomach, you get gassy. Like that's just what happens. So now, since I'm not used to drinking milk every day, it's probably made me more sensitive to it. But it's not like it's my beverage of choice anyway.
I used to drink milk until I was 7, maybe, and 7 or 8, and then I stopped because I didn't really like it, and it's just smelled really weird to me, and then I started getting canker sores like in middle
What?
school, like in your mouth, you know, like when
Yeah.
you get the sores
From
from.
what were you doing?
I don't know.
What were
I
you
was just
doing?
being normal.
What were you doing, man?
And I used to get them like so frequently. It was like monthly.
Shit.
And in freshman year, I played like volleyball.
Yeah.
And I remember this day where I had like 3 canker sores in my mouth, and they're huge. Like they were they're white and like it
Oh,
hurt a lot.
Ryan.
and I just couldn't like that day when I had lunch, I was just like sweating.
You
Then
sure you didn't have like, I mean this in all seriousness, like oral herpes? Because I mean, you don't. That's not. It doesn't have to be an STD. You can just pick it up from dirty
anything.
surfaces.
Because my parents also get canker sores.
Okay, maybe it's genetic then.
I think it's genetic because my grandma gets it and it's really painful for her. Or it's not painful. Yeah, it is painful, but not like, it's not like an injury. It's kind of just a thing that happens.
Yeah.
And and this was probably like the worst moment of canker sores. I was at volleyball practice and we were doing like the warm up, like, and I started running around, and I was just like, just the running, like the up and down, like my mouth was in pain, and like, and I had to like open it a little bit.
Yeah.
Because it felt better that way. And Anish looked at me. He's like, "Bro, why you got your mouth open like that?" And like, why? He's like, "Why aren't you talking?" And I just remember thinking, like, this is like super bad. Like, I hate this. And then I started drinking. And then I started drinking milk because my mom wanted me to get the calcium. And then suddenly after a month, like the canker sores went away. This was like early in sophomore year.
Well, did you have a calcium deficiency?
Possibly, but what's funny was like I stopped drinking milk like after a couple months because I started getting digestive problems, and then my canker sores like just like they just still stayed away. I don't know. I have no idea.
Okay. Maybe we were just lacking on the calcium.
Maybe. Do you get your calcium?
I drank milk up until 2 years ago, and after that I always just take calcium supplements.
Oh.
That's easy.
I think in part because I didn't drink milk for such a long time, and you like can't get calcium from anything except like dairy.
Mm-hmm.
That like that's why I started getting injured, or I had
Your
all
butt
this,
still
like,
hurt?
injury. Right now it feels pretty good.
Okay. What's wrong with it?
What's it called?
Did you pull it? Like the butt? Like, did you pull your glutes?
No, it's like something to do with the joint. I got an MRI and there was like something.
You got an MRI?
Yeah, like a couple months ago.
Oh, damn.
Or over the summer, and it was like something to do with like the thing around your joint. I forgot what it's called. And then
like the socket?
yeah,
Or the cartilage?
I think it's the cartilage around it. What do you know what it's called?
I don't know what I don't know what part of the, like where the femur goes into the pelvis. You need cartilage there.
Is there like a name for the cartilage?
There might be specific to that area, but it is just cartilage in there.
Yeah.
It's none of your tendons or ligaments that are fucked?
Oh, possibly tendon or ligaments. It was one. It was
Okay,
one
what
of those-
happened?
One of those things. I have no idea. I was just playing at a tournament and then it just started hurting like pretty bad.
Oh.
Or not hurting. It was just really uncomfortable sitting or like running or walking, or the only comfortable position was laying down.
Huh.
And then just I didn't think the injury would stay for so long, but like I've had it since the beginning of sophomore year. It
Maybe the cartilage broke down.
broke down.
Yeah.
So what happens after the cartilage?
Well, your
breaks
bones
down?
just start grinding against. Your bones just start grinding against each other.
Well, the way I feel is like there's like a tingling kind of slightly on the side that runs down my leg. Now I don't have it that bad,
Okay.
so it's not.
If you don't acupuncturists don't fuck you up more.
Yeah.
Does it help?
No.
Okay.
It didn't help at all.
Okay.
And the acupuncture person gave me this. She gave me this bitter drink. Told me to drink.
Yeah,
it
the
for
Chinese
30
medicine.
days. Yeah, and it was so bitter. Like they're all
Yeah,
these-
proud because it's made of beetles and like deer antler. I'm not even joking. That's what I mean.
And I stopped drinking that after like 4 days, and the acupuncture the acupuncturist, the acupuncture didn't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Has there ever been like a health concern that you've went through or faced?
I mean, I have asthma,
Mm.
but that's an ongoing thing. As long as I take care of myself, like it's so easy to treat with inhalers now.
Mm-hmm.
After every cross country race, I use one, and whenever I get sick, it's not all the time, but when I get sick, I start coughing up a storm, and the coughing gets really bad sometimes.
Mm.
But if I use my inhaler, it just goes right away. It was when like what was it? It was one basketball game where it was really, really, really bad. It's to the point where like if you cough so much like you want to throw up. It's not that you actually want to throw up or you're nauseous. It's just that you're coughing so much that like these muscles down here, like it gave me abs. Coughing that much gave me abs. I'm not gonna lie.
Mm. But you weren't.
I wasn't sick or anything. It just made me nauseous. It made me want to throw up.
Were you watching the basketball game?
I was, and as soon as it was over, I went outside.
Gosh.
It was good. As long as I use my inhalers, I'll be fine.
Mm.
Other than that, nothing's been too serious.
Mm.
When I was littler, it was pretty bad, because I used to run around a lot, so I wouldn't really regulate. And one time they had to call 911.
Whoa.
Because that night I had an asthma. I just had an attack, but then I couldn't breathe again, so they had to call 911.
Even with your inhaler?
Yeah. Because sometimes it gets, well, I don't know. I should probably look into it, but your throat just closes up. Or like what I felt back then was just it closed up.
Mm.
Or like my lungs wouldn't breathe for me.
That seems
At
pretty
one point.
scary.
Oh, it was scary. It scared the shit out of me.
And you were how old?
I want to say 9.
Oh.
But no, it's fine.
Yeah, that's like when you have consciousness and memories.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's wrap this podcast up.
All right, sounds good. I am getting very hungry.
Me too.
So what time is it? 6:18. That's a good almost 2 hours.
Yeah. 2 hours.
Didn't feel like a very long time.
Yeah, that felt like when you said like it was almost 6, it felt like it would been like 30 minutes.
Yeah. It's dark outside, dude. Look.
I know. I feel the darkness.
Do you ever wrap up your podcast in any way specifically?
Well, for a couple of people, I've done like rapid fire questions. What?
Do you have any for me? It's fine.
I could have some. I could. Let's see. I'm taking the questions. I'm putting them in order. Jeez, I haven't asked you about doing things you enjoy, like hobbies.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to ask you about that. I have a couple of questions.
All right, let's go.
What is your
Oh, shit.
favorite?
Yeah,
What
sorry.
is your favorite thing to do in your free time?
Jack off.
Okay.
I'm just joking. In my free time, hang out with friends.
Hmm.
Doing this.
Yeah. Do you ever get exhausted hanging out with people?
Ooh. When they're not being fun, yeah. I'll never get tired of someone if they're fun to be around. But if they shut off, like I can only do so much.
Mhm.
Like I know I'm the extrovert, but like I can't do all that if you're just not like in it, you know?
Yeah. What's your favorite movie?
Ooh. You know, just when I was a kid, this is the one that blew my mind first. So this will
Okay.
probably always hold that blow my mind factor. Inception.
Mm.
Now it's a little bit of a basic answer.
That's my favorite Christopher Nolan movie.
Yeah, I know it might be a bit of a basic answer, but
I watched it like a couple weeks ago again.
really,
Yeah.
I should probably watch it again.
When you were little, like how old were you when you watched it?
I honestly have no idea.
Okay. What's your favorite artist?
Music?
Mm-hmm.
Natasha Bedingfield.
Never heard of her.
You should look it up.
Okay. What is your favorite place to go, or restaurant, or like food place?
Oh, to eat?
To eat,
Oh,
or if you want to answer like in general, like a place that you are fond of.
My favorite Korean place is Morangak.
Is that in Convoy?
It's in Irvine.
Oh, okay.
And my favorite Korean place in San Diego is probably Yukdaejang. All really Korean ass names, but it's
Okay.
my two favorite places. I love Japan though. Eating in Japan, well, actually, or
Sashimi?
yeah, just eating in South Korea or Japan. That was awesome.
Do you like raw fish?
I love sushi.
Okay. And what is your favorite?
You can't do that to me, Ryan.
I know
I love
you
everything.
eating.
I love. You know what? Just cause. Let's just say it's noodles. Why not?
Noodles,
No, fuck that. I like fried rice. How about that? Fried rice.
fried rice.
Nah.
Those are like the two things that American
Well,
people
I'm just trying
like.
to say basics. I don't have one.
You don't have okay. How about like how about like a specific like snack that you like?
Snack. I don't really like snacks because I'd rather just have a meal.
Okay. Meat.
Meat. I love steak
Oh, okay.
or fried chicken. Either steak or fried chicken.
Fried chicken is good. Steak is not good.
You don't like steak?
No.
No, man.
It's so hard to chew.
Okay, have you got good steak? Good steak's tender.
I think so.
I know some steaks feel like you're chewing on a tire, but like
Yeah.
dude,
But even good steaks,
no, man.
it seems a little. They're not like. It's not like. It's not like chicken. Or like.
Oh my lord.
What's going on?
It is just. Whatever. Just realized I just looked at my to-do list and I was like, oh, that's not all I have to do. But,
Uh-oh. What'd you think of the stats quiz?
oh, I got fucked on that FRQ, but I think I hopefully she overlooks the other stuff. Yeah, hopefully she overlooks that one. I was being a dumbass and I took the average of every probability in that sampling distribution instead of just being smart and seeing the probability of it being greater than or equal to 0.85.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Or point whatever, what is 0.58, sorry, 0.58.
Yeah.
But other than fucking that up, I think I'm okay. I think my overall grade will also be okay.
Mm-hmm. What more questions do I have for you? What will you do when you get into the college that you like? Or you want to go
Eat.
to? Okay.
That was my one wish. My parents asked me, that was my one wish. Take me out to eat.
That's great.
Are you going to be on Ivy Day? Are you going to be here at school? Or are you going to go home to open everything?
Is Ivy Day like a certain day?
It's March 27th.
Oh.
Or like any days that are important to you.
Is it a weekday? It's a weekday. March 27th is a week.
That's a Thursday.
Oh.
Why is it so sticky?
I'll probably stay if other people are like opening it up too. For the fun of it, I guess. I don't know. I didn't think about that before. We shall conclude the podcast here.
All right. It was very nice talking to you, Ryan.
It's very nice talking to you too. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you a lot too, Ryan. Thank you for
Peace
giving
out.
me your time and featuring me on this beautiful podcast you have going. I know this is going to be an odd one out, but
We're gonna have to work on the editing. Like, I don't
yeah.
know.
Just so bleep all the names,
Bleep all the names.
and then when should we end it now? And then I'm gonna say all the shit again, and I don't want you to have to bleep
Okay.
also that.
Yeah. We
Okay.
can end it now. I'll just cut this
All
part.
right. Bye, guys. Bye.
Bye.